Ready for another season of McDaniel College basketball, joined by the women's head coach and Becky Martin. Coach Martin, another year is here. You've got a big smile on your face. How excited are you to finally get the 2012-2013 season underway as you guys get to host a tournament? That's pretty cool.
We are excited. We're excited to be able to start off in our own gym. We've got a great crop of freshmen and a transfer that came in to help us. Hopefully we start off with the same momentum we ended with last year and just can move forward. The biggest key for us this year is I think we're more athletic. We've got more depth, but at what point are we going to be able to really mesh as a team? That's the biggest factor. The variables, we've got a lot of new people that have to find and feel comfortable in, on the court playing with, with their new teammates.
Well, we'll start with the newbies and work our way up. And you mentioned a lot of new freshmen, 6 new freshmen on this team. Is there anyone in particular, not including the transfer Cody McMaster, but any of the freshmen that really...
Cody, that's okay.
See, she's already corrected me already. Is there anyone else that has stepped out to you that has really impressed you in this preseason?
Well, again, we're elated about all of them. They're all good athletes. Some of them have a little bit more experience, and I think are probably going to make the transition to how much time and how integral they are throughout the year and next year. But right off the bat, we're excited about Brittany Davis, who's going to be able to do some neat things at the point to take some pressure off Steph Perez, push her to the 2 a little bit more. The same thing with Haider. So we're excited about her. She's calm, cool, and collected. She sees the court really well. One of the upperclassmen made the comment to me yesterday, you don't have to worry about is the ball going to get down the court. Not that we worried about that before, but she, as a freshman, is just, she's kind of got ice in her veins, and she can also pop the 3. So we're excited about her. One of our secret, so to speak, is probably going to be Kirsten Webster. She's a very talented athlete. Right now she's dealing with some health issues, but we're hoping to get her back and get her up to speed in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see what she can do. We've got 2 posts that as they figure out how they how this is a little bit more physical at this stage and get more comfortable at the college level. They're a needed component from last year's team. Then we have Sam Dowling, who has a great 3-point shot and can hit the NBA. So she's when we get her game ready. Lindsay Nichols is another great addition that can play kind of the 2, 3, 4. She can kind of play whatever you want. She can shoot the 3, take the ball to the hoop. Very athletic. So we're just elated with this class, and it's just a matter of how long it's going to take them to mature and develop.
Well, you already corrected me. It is Cody McMaster. I apologize. It's not the preseason just for the players and the coaches. It's the preseason for the announcers as well. So I'm going to do my best.
After you see her play, you're not going to forget her name again. You haven't seen her play.
Well, tell us about what should we expect when we see the Shippensburg transfer in a McDaniel uniform?
Well, you see a young lady who wants to be an integral part of a program. She's mature. She has a level of intensity that is infectious. She can score. She's already a leader on our team. Coming in as the first, as a new person with our team, she just makes things happen. And we're just excited. She's always got a smile on her face, but yet she's got that level of intensity of she's a competitor and she wants to win.
Well, 2 players that I know from last year, and I'm not forgetting their names, Steph Perez, Emma Wingert. Those are 2 players that had big seasons for you guys last year. Have you seen those 2 players mature as now sophomores and maybe have a little more leadership than maybe they did as freshmen last year?
Well, hopefully they feel more comfortable out there because they were certainly thrown to the wolves and they responded phenomenally for us. Again, kudos to Steph Perez, who did well on the court as an athlete and also academically got a lot of honors. And also from the standpoint of her playing the last 6 weeks of our season with a torn meniscus and gutting through that. So she's recovered from that, and she's excited about the beginning of a new season and being able to continue where she left off last season. And Emma, I think Emma's still, probably having dreams of that last-second shot that, allowed us to beat Johns Hopkins, who was nationally ranked at the time. That's one of those things that all players dream about. And it's, again, some of the posts that came in this year hopefully will leave her from some of the inside, role, because that, she's not necessarily a banger, and it'll allow her to play more of her style of play. We're excited about. They're not freshmen; they're upperclassmen. They're sophomores now.
Well, another person that I thought was a freshman just the other day is now a junior point guard, Allie Haider. What do you expect to see from Allie Haider? Obviously, her first 2 years, she's more of just a facilitator out there. What do you expect to see from Allie Haider this year?
See more poise, more control, better, better vision out there. What you see is a young woman who has matured into an upper-class basketball player. And again, kudos to Allie, who was thrown to the wolves her freshman year and had to, be a college point guard, and without really any mentorship from anybody else. She was, she had to do it, and it was a rough road. She took her knocks, and she's grown from it, and each year she's gotten better. And I think you're going to see a more poised guard out there this year, somebody who's also, I think, going to be able to contribute a little more offensively, and just, feeling more, more confident in her ability.
Coach, you only have one senior. She's a captain. She's a returning starter. She averaged over 10 points a game. Rachel Ryback, how has she stepped into that role as the leader? It's an interesting thing to be the only senior on a team. She kind of stepped into that role.
She's doing a great job, and I know she had some trepidation early on when, towards the end of last year, she was realizing, it's going to be me. I'm going to be it. And Rachel's one of those people that she kind of leads by example, but if you put her out in front of people and say, you've got to do this, she's kind of like, me? No, why me? But she's taken on the role. She wants to be successful. It's her time. She's a senior, and she's going to do everything she can to help this team move forward. And, we're have a really neat year, because one of the fun things and most rewarding for a college coach is when you see these young players come in as freshmen and you watch the transformation that takes place in their development from the time they first step on the college campus to the time they're seniors, and Rachel's one of them. She's made tremendous improvement in terms of her game, and she's worked on it, and now it's paying off.
Talk about a gauntlet to end last year. You guys played some big-time teams: York, Muhlenberg, Johns Hopkins, and Gettysburg, and you beat two of those teams, Johns Hopkins and Gettysburg, down the stretch. Obviously, this team, it seemed like they were playing their best basketball in the month of February. Now it's another year. You were 11-14 last year, but it seems like this team was taking the right strides. How excited are you to coach this team going into a 2012 and 13 season after a bit of a slow start, but it seemed like this team hit its stride at the end of last year?
Well, I think our coaching staff is excited along with our team, because for the last couple years, as we've been kind of rebuilding, reloading, we've had to do some things and try to do some things with smoke and mirrors, and we're more of a complete picture now, where we have some versatility that we can do more, and we're not as one-dimensional. So that's the biggest thing. We think we have more depth. We're a little more, we're a little faster, and we've got more of an outside ability to score from the three, and also hopefully be able to go in, inside. So, we're smiling. We'll see. It's untested, uncharted territory right now. Everything looks good on paper, but it still boils down to when the buzzer goes off and it's the first click of the clock. What can they do? And that's exciting, and I think the fans and the student body are going to be excited to see what their McDaniel women's basketball team can do this year.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the McDaniel women's basketball team. They're going to look good on Friday. All I hear about is these brand new white uniforms. Can you give us a little insight what these jerseys are going to look like? All the girls are can't wait to put on those brand new threads on Friday night.
What do I say? The girly girls coming out in them. Anytime, but any athlete, anytime they get a new uniform, it's like, wow. To me, it's like, oh, it's a nice new uniform. It looks good. But they're like, oh, man, we got new uniforms. Good. I'm elated for them. I don't care what they look like. I care about how they play. Yeah. But if they think it's going to help them, I'm all for it.
Emory Henry on Friday night. It's the McDaniel tip-off tournament. I know you got to be excited, Coach. Hopefully get the season off to a quick start, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. We'll see. We're getting closer.
That's the head coach of McDaniel's women's basketball team, Becky Martin.